Everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk to you guys about me homeschooling my 8-year-old son and just kind of my experience. I started in my 20s. I'm now 30, and you guys are probably wondering, are you okay? No. I'm just kidding. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, and because I understood the importance of homeschooling him, that was my #1 motivation for continuing to homeschool. This is my daughter Airly. She wanted to be in this video, so it is what it is. You say hi, Mama. Hi, baby. Hi. So let's just talk about the reason why I wanted to homeschool my son. So he is now a 3rd grader. So I got him right out of kindergarten and decided to start homeschooling him. And he was having a lot of trouble in public school as far as him being able to have help and just get the attention that he needed. And that's the kind of the downside about having one teacher to 25, 26 children, is you only have one teacher and they can't speed up for one student and they also can't slow them down. So they send them to different classes to get help, but that doesn't always work. And his teacher wasn't the best. It sounded like she ended up being a teacher because she had no other option. She didn't seem to be passionate about what she did. And so I was like, I was married at the time. We had enough income where I could stay home. And I realized that I don't want my son to be behind. And I don't even mind if he's with me and he's home and he's where he should be. I just didn't want him to be behind. So I talked to my husband and he was completely fine with me homeschooling him. And the first year I was so nervous because, of course, when you're starting homeschool, excuse me, Aaron. Hi, honey. You're expecting to bring the environment of school home, and that's what causes it to be super stressful and seems a little bit overwhelming. But I realized that you don't have to do that, and it can take up to 2 years. And so I just this year kind of had a better handle on homeschooling. We don't homeschool all day long. The one evaluator that I had was so amazing, and she made me feel so relaxed when she told me that you're a mom and you're always teaching your children. So anything that you do, you can literally count it as homeschool. And if there's not a paper on it, so going to the grocery store, going to the bank, going to the post office, you can literally make that educational and just do a write-up. So that was really cool to know. And I know that my son, because of his attention span and even what they say now, homeschool kids only really need 45 minutes to 90 minutes a day to do homeschool, and they end up still being advanced. So the first year, she said he's really articulate, he's doing a great job, you're doing a great job. And so this year the same thing would happen, and we did great. One thing I do like about homeschool is you're done a lot sooner. It is May 6th that we had our evaluation. So my son has been on summer break for over a month, so that's been kind of nice as well. Now as he gets older, there are tests and things that he has to complete and things like that, but as far as what he's learning with me and having that one-on-one time, I think that's really good because he's very smart. But of course, if he has questions and he can't get them answered, he's going to be stuck. So I'm so grateful that I'm in a position to homeschool him, and I'm so grateful that it's actually beneficial to him. And I'm hoping that one day, excuse me, that I can also homeschool my daughter. I was homeschooled for a period of time. My sisters were homeschooled for a period of time, so I understood the benefits of homeschool and just being able to be with him. And during the pandemic and all of that, I felt a lot safer with him, excuse us, being here with me. So I always tell people that homeschool is not for everybody because, sometimes, for example, some people may start a curriculum. They may have a curriculum and it makes it super, super easy. They may do online homeschool, or they have a co-op. I particularly didn't do any of that. I'll say wing it. I didn't really wing it, but I guess I could. I used a couple workbooks, but I felt more free to kind of put together what I know that he should be learning. So I looked online in the beginning of the school year to see like what things a 2nd grader should be learning. So there's a lot of stuff, and I think they give you so much because they know that certain kids can learn certain things based on school districts or whatever. So I picked certain things, and that's what I focused on. I didn't just stick to one particular curriculum. I just kind of messed around with it and saw what worked best for him and my son. He likes to do educational learning, like reading. He likes to watch videos. He likes hands-on stuff. So just learning your child. And I'm grateful that I learned earlier on that how you structure your homeschool is fine. Nobody's coming to knock on your door to make sure you're doing that. So really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about the process of getting set up for homeschool. Super simple, super easy. You go to your district office, you let them know you're homeschooling. They may be able to provide you with it, or you check online with your government to see how you get access to an affidavit. And the affidavit is a form that basically excuses your child from being into public school. So the school district really isn't in your business. They just want to make sure you're teaching your child. So once you complete the affidavit form, you get it notarized. The affidavit form does ask you like where the address will be for homeschool. It may ask you about medical information, which you can decide not to let them know. And you take it there, and you also have to view objectives. So basically you can go online and just give them 5 categories of what you think you're going to teach them. They don't verify it at the end, and then they're out of your hair. And then the only thing you have to do at the end of the year, which takes 2 minutes, is just to turn in a form. And I actually think I moved mine somewhere. And you turn in the form that just says that they passed from an evaluator. And with me, I already knew somebody who was evaluating, so excuse us again, did not have to go through the process of trying to find an evaluator. So it's super simple. And even parents who work full-time jobs, I would encourage you that you can do homeschool for your children if they're not doing well in school. You think, what do I do with them all day? You know, there are ABC Mouse programs. You can have them read. You can have them sit around with you as you're doing your job, just to give them hands-on experience. Because again, depending on their age, they only may need 45 minutes to about 3 hours tops of learning, and they're free to go. So I always tell people, if they're having trouble in school, don't continue to put your child in school. Just learn how to structure your life differently to be able to homeschool. But again, certain temperaments, certain personalities, they don't work out well. This year, I would say, which is interesting, was a little bit more tougher than the first year. And, you know, there was topics that were a little bit harder for me to teach and for me to explain to him, but we made it through. And sometimes there is things that I'm like, I don't even remember this in school, but they've changed how the processes of how they do stuff. So I love using YouTube or something else to have him watch it to pick up an idea better than I can teach it. And there's also co-ops, which I didn't participate in, where other people can teach your child a certain subject and then you can teach another subject. I didn't want to do that either. So it's just like homeschool. And, you know, everybody may say, well, you should use curriculum, or you need to do this. And guess what? This is how I did it, and my son is excelling. He's very smart. He's very intelligent. He can hold a conversation. He's not awkward. He's great. So, you know, everybody tells you to do homeschool one way, but you have to find out what works for you, and you have to know your child so that you can provide them the best type of educational experience. Therefore, they're excelling better. So I wanted to just get on here, guys, and guess what? We're moving. So the back is kind of rough, but we are in the process of moving. But I just wanted to stop here because I just pulled out his evaluation form, and I was like, I need to get this to the district. And I said, I want to do a video just to tell you guys about it, because a lot of people know that I do it, but may not know my behind the scenes. And the people that I do tell that I homeschool, they're like, oh yeah, so you use this program or you use that program? No, I just pull stuff together. I print out stuff. I look at workbooks when I go to certain places. And my son, he likes to read. So that's, again, go read for this amount of time, or go play with your sister. There's skills in that. And so, yeah, overall, it's a great experience. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but I'm grateful that I can and have been doing it. You're next, little lady. Look, she wants to give a high five. High five. You want to homeschool next? All right. So we'll see if this one does good in homeschool. But now, by the time she can actually be in kindergarten or first grade, I'm going to be ready for her. So hope that was helpful. If you guys are homeschool moms or have thought about homeschooling, please do. So if you have any questions about anything that I said in this video, I would love to answer them. Any negative comments, just don't bother, because I'm not going to pay attention to them anyway. But as always, thank you so much for your views, for your subscriptions, and until next time, ta-ta for now.